This is a fictional story inspired by a real haunting located in Fieldsboro, New Jersey, with a documented history of paranormal activity.
Supernatural. Built in 1760 by merchant Elias Thornton, the mansion had witnessed centuries of triumphs and tragedies, each leaving an indelible mark on its creaking floors and shadowed halls. By 2025, it had become a magnet for paranormal enthusiasts, drawn by tales of ghostly apparitions and unexplainable phenomena. Elias Thornton, a prosperous trader by day, constructed the manor as a symbol of his success. By night, Elias became fascinated with the paranormal and occult while living in the mansion with his wife Margaret, who ran a boutique as a seamstress and dressmaker, often entertaining his party guests and frightening the housekeepers by conducting seances late into the night. Elias would later gain a reputation as running a scam by skeptics and those who practiced divination. Margaret knew that Elias's father Seth was an occultist practicing the dark arts with Antoine Court de Gebelin, even before Elias was born. She still recalls the fear in Elias's voice as he told her his mother passed away under very weird and mysterious circumstances on a chilly night during a ritualistic bonfire gathering in the woods in the south of France. Margaret often wondered why Elias decided to keep the gift his father passed down to him when Seth learned that he'd become a grandfather with their first child. Seth passed down a treasured book he used to read as a young man entitled Heaven and Hell, written by a Swedish theologian scientist turned mystic. In the book, he claimed to have visions of the spiritual world and detailed experiences in the afterlife. It was after his father passed that many nights before going to sleep, Elias would read and study the book that his father had made notes and highlighted paragraphs in so many years ago. This concerned Margaret. She empathized and understood grieving his father as she had lost her parents a year prior, but was afraid to tell Elias that the book was cursed, to get rid of it, or it would bring them misfortune one day. Tragedy struck in 1775 when Elias drowned mysteriously in the Delaware River, leaving his widow, Margaret Thornton, to raise their 3 children alone. Elias's mother never approved of their marriage and made it clear to Margaret that if she and Elias ever had children, that it would not warm her heart or change anything. Therefore, she did not show any interest in being a grandmother to them, especially after losing Seth and Elias. During the Revolutionary War, Margaret's hospitality toward colonial officers drew the fury of loyalist neighbors, leading to a British invasion of the manor in search of hidden soldiers. Though the estate survived, the weight of those turbulent years seemed to linger, embedding restless spirits within its walls. Over the decades, Willow Hill changed hands, each owner adding to its layered history. In the 1920s, it became an upscale restaurant under Heinrich Voss, a charismatic entrepreneur whose spectral presence is said to haunt the attic, his voice occasionally captured in eerie electronic voice phenomena, EVPs, speaking of several bar brawls and a shootout due to a game of poker that went wrong one night. Voss can be heard saying that his younger brother Henry was cheated out of money after winning a poker game, and things escalated when the cheater was eliminated and his passing was avenged by a loyal friend. That's how Henry lost his life. Some visitors at the restaurant complained to hear shouting, pounding on tables, what sounded like firecrackers going off in the distance, sudden strange odors, smoke appearing only to disappear, chairs scraping on the wooden floors, waitresses oddly wearing French-made uniforms appearing to take their order but suddenly disappearing right before their eyes, and sounds of a bar brawl gone wild. While there wasn't any physical evidence to explain these disturbances, the restaurant started to lose customers and business. By the late 20th century, the manor had fallen into disrepair, nearly facing demolition until a local preservation group, the Guardians of Willow Hill, restored it to its former glory. In 2010, paranormal investigators Clara and James Whitaker, founders of Shadow Seekers Investigations, ventured into Willow Hill for a private tour led by Riverbend's mayor. As they ascended the grand staircase, a disembodied female voice, possibly speaking in French, echoed through the empty halls. The Whitakers' audio recorder captured the sound, though its meaning remained elusive. That night, in the master bedroom, they heard rhythmic knocking from the oldest wing of the house, as if an unseen presence demanded attention. Clara and James, along with several witnesses, reported that while lying in bed, pressure points could be felt and seen on the corner of the bed, but no one could be seen seated there as a faint aroma of perfume could be detected. They say that when the pressure point disappears, the aroma also disappears. Others reported a very dark and shadowy figure standing in the corner of the room watching them, then slowly gliding towards the bottom of the bed as they watched in horror, frozen as if experiencing sleep paralysis. The next morning, their bodies aching as if they've had a physical altercation. The aroma of the perfume would return, and some claim to have seen the dark, shadowy figure appearing behind them in the bathroom mirror. The flowers that were placed in the room for decoration would shrink and die, suddenly as the temperature dropped so low that they were able to see their breath. Once again becoming paralyzed, they would stand in front of the bathroom mirror and watch an unseen hand write in red lipstick a horrifying message of their misfortune. Clara and James found official reports during their research that some paranormal investigators wrote in their published books about Willow Hill, revealing that there were times that they did not recall having the paranormal experience until later when they played a recording back while editing their trip to Willow Hill. While editing their trip, Clara and James found raw footage of Clara standing silently in front of the bathroom mirror as water was dripping down it, while writing in blood-red lipstick a strange message in a language that she doesn't even know how to speak, yet alone write. In the video, the shower could be heard running with sounds of splashing, while the shower curtain could also be seen slightly moving as if someone or something was taking a shower. A faint whistle could be heard coming from the shower as the image of Clara in the mirror is seen writing on the mirror. This also frightened Clara and James to see that somehow the camera began to project a parallax view of Clara standing in front of the mirror as if something or someone had taken control of it. After reaching out to linguists, handwriting experts, forensic video analysts and counselors, they had yet to decode the strange message or explain who or what was filming Clara as she was writing on the bathroom mirror in red lipstick. James says that during the filming of Clara, he doesn't recall that part of the paranormal experience. In fact, James continues to attest to this day that he woke up as if he had the best night of sleep for the first time since arriving a few nights prior. Clara claims to be right-handed, but in the video she writes with her left hand, as if she has been doing that all her life. This is when the Shadow Seekers paranormal investigation team decided that Willow Hill was haunted. Visitors to Willow Hill have reported chilling encounters, a featureless shadow man lurking in the basement, bringing with them a most unpleasant odor, apparitions vanishing into the darkness, ghostly chatter of children playing in the nursery, and light footsteps pacing the stairs at midnight. A spirit identifying as a former servant, known as Eliza, has been recorded during EVP sessions, engaging with investigators in a friendly, talkative manner with a French accent, while offering to help anyone who wanted to see the other side. Eliza's voice would sometimes come over the spirit box, announcing herself as Spirit Rider, ready to take anyone to see the other side if they dared. There are some paranormal investigators who are reported to ask Eliza how she could help them to get to the other side to prove that the spirit world does exist. After a long pause, and then several seconds of frantic scratching sounds, a faint, breathy and deeper voice was recorded with Eliza's voice as she warned them that if they take her offer to ride to the other side, they could never return once there. Then a chilling, dead silence that left rebel paranormal investigators with goosebumps and their blood running cold. Eliza, the spirit rider, managed to turn them from skeptic into believers. Others have experienced more unsettling phenomena. Cameras, iPhones, spirit boxes, and voice recorders malfunctioning, sudden cold spots, the ground under their feet vibrating, feeling that they were being watched. Having fainting spells in one room only to awaken in another part of the building, reports of seeing their own doppelgangers in a nightmare and while awake, and the sensation of having unexplained outer-body experiences. In 2023, a paranormal expo at the Manor drew enthusiasts like Sarah Mitchell, a novice investigator eager to experience the supernatural. Guided by seasoned investigator Daniel Harper, Sarah's group used a spirit box, capturing what they believed were responses from a spirit named Mary, possibly Margaret Thornton herself. The air grew heavy as orbs of light flickered in Sarah's photographs, seemingly altering her appearance into a ghastly, older version of herself, and a teammate felt an icy touch on their arm. Then suddenly they felt a tight tug on their head as if someone was gradually twisting a lock of their hair around their fingers in attempts to pull out a plug. The Manor had more excitement for them when another teammate heard their name called in a voice that sounded like Sarah. When her teammate responded, they were lured into a bathroom to witness the interior design, turning from modern to a bathroom decorated out of the late 1700s with a sudden but faint aroma of perfume, while the air pressure changed, becoming heavier. Hearing the voice of Sarah, but not seeing her, the teammate turned, reached for the door to leave, and was pushed out by an unseen force. The teammate reported to Sarah later that they could feel icy cold hands on their back and the back on their neck as they were being shoved. Her teammate explained that the most chilling part was hearing the spirit laugh, feeling the spirit's fiery hot breath close to their ear, in Sarah's voice while shoving them out of the bathroom, with threats to take their life if they ever returned. Sarah and her teammates discussed how odd it was that she received a phone call from that same teammate while her teammate had experienced a paranormal encounter in the bathroom. Clearly shaken, with a nervous laugh, Sarah told her teammates that she could not pick up the call right away, but checked her voicemail a few minutes later and heard her teammate on the line. When her teammates asked what the voicemail said, Sarah paused for what seemed like a long time, then said that her teammate threatened to take her life and that fellow paranormal investigators would read about her fatal accident in the news if she ever came back to Willow Hill. By the end of the night, Sarah, once a skeptic, left convinced of the manor's haunted legacy. Today, Willow Hill Manor remains a beacon for ghost hunters, offering candlelit tours and overnight investigations. The guardians of Willow Hill ensure their historical integrity while embracing its paranormal allure. Visitors are warned to bring flashlights, cameras, and courage, as the spirits of Elias, Margaret, and others seem reluctant to leave their cherished home. So, what do you think? Would you visit a haunted place like Willow Hill Manor? What is the most chilling part of this story? Share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, happy screams and hilarious dreams.